This is John with Mascot Insider here for more IAAPA 2022 coverage. We're here with Jean-Claude with Creations JCT and Robot Costumes. Jean-Claude, it's a pleasure to meet you.
John,
finally.
Pleased to meet you.
Now, you may not realize, but Jean-Claude is Dominique's father. And you actually, were you the one that kind of started?
Well, I started that in my basement 35 years ago.
Wow.
And a lot of people, they said, you won't go nowhere building mascot. And then 15 years ago, I met Jeff at Atlanta in a big exhibition. And then we started to build up together a company, you know, on both sides. I'm from Canada, he's from the United States, and together we're strong.
So you started this over 35 years ago.
Yeah.
It was, what, one or two people? Or was it just you?
I was just by myself, and I found my seamstress on the other side of the street, and she had a machine there, a sewing machine, but it was not efficient. My brother bought me the first sewing machine. I didn't have the money, so then we started to get organized because I was an art teacher. And I lost my job as an art teacher, so I'm starting to build costume for a living. And then the Montreal Expo, the baseball team, hired me to redesign UP because UP was created by Harrison Erection from New York, and they had problem for the winter time in Quebec, in Canada. So I redesigned the costume from A to Z, and then first thing you know, I was in business.
Amazing. What was the thing that kind of like sparked your interest in doing, making mascots?
Well, the first thing happened to me, it's the amazing fur and fabric of the costume. It makes me sparkle in my eyes. And when I went in UP to perform in the costume, because the expo asked me to perform, so I just went in there just to see how everything was working. And then first thing I know, I fell in love with the character. And then I worked for the expo for 3 years. And then I read a book, I wrote a book, how to behave and how to do the maintenance of the costume.
Now, today, how many people do you actually have staffed between Creations JCT and Robot Costumes?
Now I have about 12 people full-time, and I got about 20 performers who perform for me. Now I have another division in Quebec City, and we have another division in Puerto Rico. We have Jeff in Atlanta, and then I'm surprised there because together we can share our technology, and we can send mascot if he needs some. We did about 3,000 costumes up to now over the world. The Colts win the Super Bowl with my costume. Now, can you imagine? You're looking at the TV and you see your mascot holding the trophy, and then the Astro again this year win the World Series. That's the second time with my costume. And you got a call there from the New York Yankees. They said, hey, can you build a costume for us? I said, what? So we're proud of that. And me and Jeff, like I said, together, we're very strong, and we help each other.
Like, it must make you feel very fortunate and privileged that, like, you came to us to make your mascot, to have the New York Yankees. That's a big deal.
Well, it is a big deal because, you know, I started that in my basement, you know. Nobody knew us. I mean, the bank there told me that I won't go nowhere building mascots. Remember, 35 years ago, Velcro was not invented. Fax was not invented. There was no computer. So I had to start by scratch. I didn't know nothing about sewing. So every head was made by hand, you know. And then my two sons, when the computer came along, they developed a new technology, and it was go more efficiently, more faster, and precise. And now the rest there is, I mean, I'm so proud that when I'm gonna die there one day, I know it's true there. I did something in this world.
Yeah.
You know,
like you made a difference.
Well, it makes a difference because you see all those people depend on you, what you did. Every time that you do something in this world has an effect. You do an action, you have a reaction, and the reaction could be good or could be bad. So I decided to do good and to concentrate myself on mascot, and I'm so happy and I'm proud that my son takes over the company.
So this continues on for the next generation.
I mean, I'm going to be up there one day and I'm going to look down there and I say, oh my God, I can't believe that's what I did.
Now, we've talked to a lot of mascot companies, so obviously the last several years have been a big challenge globally, especially with the pandemic. What did you do during that time?
Well, it was a tough time. The Canadian government gave us 50% of our paycheck to live, and the other 50% we did masks for companies. I remember we did about, I don't remember how much, but it was a lot there for the police officer, and then it's for the hospital company, and we did gowns, masks, and stuff like that to survive. What happened, all the seamsters stay at home and they have a sewing machine, so I brought them some fabric, whatever they need, and I did, when it was finished, I pick it up and I did the delivery with Dominic, and that's what we survived there. We didn't have any choice. And I was lucky to have no mortgage on my workshop. That was the main thing, because some people, I know that 16% of the Canadian company went bankrupt, because of the COVID. So for us, it was a big issue to survive.
So like you were fortunate you didn't have to worry about that financially, but the fact that you were making a big difference in the medical field, that people that actually needed gowns and masks and a lot of this PPE, and you were helping a lot with that.
Well, we have seamstress work from home, and then the other people, we lost some people, performer, they have to live. We didn't have the money for them, so they decide to go where it pays more. So we lost a few performer, but now Dominic tried to help the company to regain those performers to work for us.
Amazing. So now we're here in 2022. What has been some of the new stuff that you've been able to roll out?
Well, now it's like reborn again. I mean, I can see last year was slow. 2 years ago, IAAPA was closed. Last year was slow, but now this year we feel that the people, their energy,
they're ready
to go back to work, and they have the money to get a restart. And with the first day, we sold 6 costumes and 1 robot. The first day, first 5, it was about 2 hours. The exhibition was open, and we feel that today also. And that's good for everybody, because it's not only business, it's also for our morale. We need to produce, and we need to work, we need to, and especially in International Amusement Park, we need to laugh, we need to work, we need to have fun. And all this, I feel that it's coming
coming back again.
Oh yeah, it's coming back.
Because obviously the last 2 years there were COVID lockdowns and everything like that, and that's nice to see a lot of those smiling guests again with your mascots. And
I can feel, just today I saw the little girl dancing with our...
We were watching that earlier too.
Wasn't that beautiful?
Oh my gosh, that's something that definitely was missed.
Just that make me feel good. I can see that what I did in this world, I can project that to my children. And with Jeff, they're the same thing with his robot. We project that for the children and the people. Just a laugh for us, it's so...
Because I think it's fortunate, because when you're there making a lot of these mascots, sometimes you don't get a chance to see the reactions that guests have. But when you're out here on the expo floor, or if you're out in the parks and you see some of the stuff that you've done and the reaction, it must make you feel wonderful inside.
Well, I feel good, and I hope that I will live long enough to see my great-grandchildren to laugh, because my grandchildren, there I got 4, and when they see my costume, they laugh. But now they're 17 and 20. And one day I'm probably be a great-grandfather.
Wow.
Man, I mean, that's...
Boggles your mind.
I don't know yet, but I mean, it's building mascot and robot it's very special job. Every time that we have a new character and we produce that character, you can feel what the children's going to react, and that helps us to go on further and further. I told Jeff there a couple of years ago, 15 years ago, put some light there on your robot, but the light was not invented. We had the light, but not those kinds of light.
Not like the LEDs.
Yeah. And now you can see, we can feel that the progress and technology, it's getting, every year we have new items and new technology will help us to produce our robot and our mascot.
Now, we were talking about the robots. Obviously, you guys are, I guess, team up or partner up with robot costumes?
Jeff is the provider. Jeff is the owner, and we have Kevin.
Okay.
He's the designer of robot.
So how did that partnership begin?
Like I said, 15 years ago, Jeff came. The IAAPA was in Atlanta, so Jeff came along with a 15-feet robot, all in metal, not in plastic forming. So he asked me, said, Mr. Trombley, can I stay in your booth? I don't have any money. I just want to stand there and give my business card, to produce those robots. I said, okay, one condition. Listen to me. Your robot is too big. It's in metal. You need to do that in plastic forming. You can stand in my booth, and my partner didn't like that. He said, what, a robot? And then I called him and said, did you do something for next year? He said, yeah, I did a plastic forming, a little bit smaller. Now you go. So now you can stand in my booth and start to sell your robot. And then from one year to the other year, it went better and better. I went better and better because he told me the same thing. JC, you should do that. Now we're helping each other. Now together, look all this.
It's amazing, all the stuff that you've done.
We look professional, and we teach our performer how to behave, and we love our work, and you can feel that. We love our work, and we love to give that to someone else,
And it's nice to see people with that type of passion.
Well, you have to. If you don't have any passion, like you're doing your job, you have that passion. We have our passion to make robot and mascot, and I hope that we can do that forever.
Amazing. What are some of the things, especially you're planning on at least for the coming year?
Well, you know what? If I had the money, I'd build a flying saucer. Now, don't laugh, it's true. A huge flying saucer, and I can see the door open, and then you get all the mascot went out with some lights and some smoke, And it's a dream there, but I went to internet. Flying saucer costs a lot of money. I need a sponsor.
That is some ambitious dream, that's for sure.
And I need a bigger booth.
Maybe a couple of sections of this whole area.
Well, maybe a bigger, no, but that's my dream. If you don't have any dream in life, you're worth nothing. Maybe one day I'll win the lottery and I can buy myself a flying saucer. I can see it, so everybody will look at it, and then you have that big door opening, and you see the mascot every day get out.
Listen, it'd be great to come outside seeing a flying saucer. That's Jean-Claude right there flying. He's just flying his flying saucer.
Crazy.
So I don't know if you're able to speak with a lot of the robot costumes here. Like, obviously a lot of the different types of materials and techniques that are being
you should
used.
Speak to Jeff.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff. Jeff,
come on over.
Here. Come on here. I told John that we met 15 years ago. I told all about the experience that we have, and he wants your feedback on your robot.
Oh, okay, sure.
So with a lot of some of the techniques that you use to build some of these robot costumes, do you kind of employ like 3D printing? Do you do vacuum seal? What are some of the techniques that you use into designing some of these?
Well, when I first started out, it was all composites. It was all fiberglass when I first started out because there was no 3D printing. Vacuum forming was really expensive at the time, so most of it was fiberglass. And then JC kind of helped me out saying I got to make it smaller, lighter, faster for our clients. So I ended up researching when I was working over at Disney how to do stuff lightweight. So I came across vacuum forming, which is what they use to make the Stormtroopers. And so I started dabbling with that. And then in the last, probably the last decade, we started doing more 3D printing just to make the molds. We still stick with ABS plastics to make the final product.
Okay, and that seems to be the most durable with that final product, like being able to be resilient when it's out there on the field, either in a park or a resort or Dragon Con back in 2015 that I saw.
Yeah, I mean, the ABS plastic is a car bumper material.
Okay.
So definitely it takes the impact, it takes the paint really well, because anytime you just 3D print something straight up, there's a lot of adhesions and so forth that are in there, or waxes. Yeah, brittle as well. Drop it, it's gonna shatter. So plastic seems to be the way that we've always gone, and that's where it's the safest bet for us, because we have clients now that have had our costumes for over 15, 20 years now.
Amazing.
We still use them today.
And still usable.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff.
bet,
I
man.
appreciate
Absolutely.
that.
You know what? He listened to me.
I did. I listened to everything you said.
Well, thank you so much, Jean-Claude. It's been an absolutely wonderful chatting with you and really kind of getting your insight on just some of the amazing stuff that you've done. And hopefully one of these days we will see you in your flying saucer flying over Orlando, and I'd be wait to see that.
I hope I'll be alive next year.
We hope to have you. Again, thank you so much for tuning in to our lovely interview with Jean-Claude with Creations JCT and, of course, Robot Costumes. And thank you to Jeff there in the back. I appreciate that. Don't forget, for more coverage at IAAPA 2022, don't forget to check out Mask Insider on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. And for more lovely notifications, hit that notification bell. See you around.